Yo, it's WT Hamilton, and I approve this message.
Really, mofo? Really? Yeah, man, that for real, though. Alright.
Alright, welcome to another episode of Using the Law of Attraction in Your Daily Lives. Today we're going to be talking about a really cool tune that Drake does, and what I take the message to be. One of my favorite lines in the song, and how I interpret that message. So, the song is Sign of the Times by Drake. It's been out for a little while. It's not his new song, but it's been out for a little while to date as I'm recording this. And the line is, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. And think about that for a second. You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Right? So, what does that mean as far as the law of attraction, using the law of attraction in our daily lives goes? What does that mean as far as setting goals and reaching for the things that you want to reach? Well, exactly that. If you don't start in the morning, if you're not motivated in the morning, if you're not focused on what you want in the morning, and you're not thinking about that all day long and working toward that goal all day long, you are not being true to what you say that you want to achieve. You see, you can't say you were drinking all day if you didn't start drinking until the afternoon or mid-afternoon. It's not true. Yeah, it feels like you've been drinking all day, but you really didn't stay drinking all day because you didn't start in the morning. It's the same thing with being positive. You can't wake up in a bad mood. You can't wake up complaining about things, then all of a sudden flick a switch, and now you're positive and you're saying affirmations and you're doing all the things that you should have been doing right from the very beginning of the day. You got to start in the morning. And that's the message for me. I know a lot of people that think, oh, Drake, man, rappers, they just brag about stuff and they're not for real. But listen, you can find little messages that maybe it's not even his intention, but the message is, you want to be good at something, you got to start from the moment you wake up. It's got to be that commitment from the moment you wake up. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm gonna really focus on reaching this goal, and I'm gonna work on that every day. I'm gonna work on that every day from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. And if it's only even mentally, sometimes it's just focusing on thinking about it and visualizing how it's going to be once you've reached that goal. But if you're not focused all day, if you're switching it on and off, if you have like certain parts of the day where you're really focused on something that you want to do, and then other parts of the day where you forget all about it, it's going to take you that much longer to achieve what you're trying to do. Now, say that you want to start a business, or you've started a business and you're trying to really get that business going, really get that business to start flowing money to you instead of you just constantly putting money into it. If you're not starting to focus on the different ways that you can start to generate income, the different ways that you can get the message out of what you're doing so people can realize this is what you're doing, this is what you're offering, this is what you can help them with. If you're not doing all that stuff, if you're not thinking about it, if you're just thinking about, oh man, I got to put more money into this thing, or this thing is costing me all the time and I'm not getting the returns that I want, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this thing going. And if you're not thinking about the solution and you're not thinking about it from the morning, right, then you can't say that you were drinking all day. If you're not drinking on your goal all day, right, if you don't start in the morning. So you got to start in the morning. You got to start focusing on whatever it is that you want to achieve. Here's the homework. This is what I want you to do, the technique, I guess you would call it. This is the technique that I want you to do. I want you to pick something that you want to improve on. It can be anything. It could be a personal development thing. It could be something to do with your business or your money. It could be your relationship. Just pick one thing that you want to improve on and start focusing on that from the moment you wake up, and in doing all the different things that entails. So sometimes it's picturing what you want the outcome to be, what the ideal outcome would be, and making sure you keep focusing on that. Other things will be, like I teach in a lot of the different things I do, is the dialogue, what you're telling yourself, the words that you're using. Make sure the words that you're using are aligned with the outcome that you want. This is the technique I want you to do. I want you to focus on one thing that you want to improve and start doing that from the morning all day. And you just think of that line, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. And apply that to whatever goal it is that you're trying to achieve. Because once you start to do that, you start to focus on the ways that you can achieve that goal. Things will start to pop up. Things that might have been there you couldn't see before because you weren't focused. You weren't looking for it. But now when you start to look for it, you start to find the answers. It could be in something you read, in something you hear. It could be in a conversation you have with somebody. There's many different ways that you can find ways to achieve your goal once you start really focusing on that from the moment you wake up in the morning. So that's the technique I want you to try. When you hear that song now, when you hear Drake singing that song and you hear that line, you can't drink all day unless you start in the morning. When you hear that now, it's going to trigger you to think about your goals and your life and what you're trying to do. It's not just going to be about what Drake is singing about, because what Drake is singing about in that song is not really the way that I'm interpreting it. But when you have that hidden message is coming to you saying, dude, you really want to achieve? You say you want to achieve? You say you want to do these things? Are you really working toward those all the hours that you have mentally and physically? Because a lot of the work that we do, it starts mentally. You got to start to think and picture and believe that you can do it. That's part of our visualization training that we have on our membership area. When you take the Thinking on Purpose course, it's all about really learning how to focus and visualize and build those mind pictures of the things that you want to do. And then as you do that, you start to learn how to see the opportunities and utilize them, jump on them and monetize them and start to make money from your ideas, start to make money from the things that you're thinking about doing. Because once you start to bring money into your life and you start to get that energy of money, positive energy of money happening for you, you start to be able to open up yourself to do so much more things. As you take care of your money problems, now you can start focusing on really helping people and really making a difference and making an impact in whatever you're doing. Whether it's sports, or you're doing MLM businesses, or you're doing your own business, or you're helping people, you're a volunteer. It's hard to do any of those things if you have money problems that are pulling you back and pulling away your focus from the things that you want to do. So to achieve the things that you want to achieve, you have to learn how to really build those mind pictures in detail. And that's what we teach in our membership area. And you can join that area at any time. You can click the link in this video. You can go to our website and you can find the link there as well. So anytime that you're ready and you really want to visualize and you really want to learn how to not just start to see things in your head that you want to do, but actually how that will bring the opportunities to you and how to utilize those and how to monetize those, how to make money off of your ideas. That's what it's all about. That's why we do these things, because we want to create these experiences that we want to have, but those experiences always brings abundance. We want to have an abundance of fun, abundance of happiness, abundance of money, abundance of joy. And so that's what it's all about. We do teach some of this stuff in our book too, Your Invincible Power, Open the Door to Unlimited Wealth, Health, and Joy. You should pick up a copy of that if you haven't already. And we have a blog site that we give you lots of tips and tricks that you can use. Everything that we do is based on you being able to build that mindset for success, and you being able to create success in your life in whatever areas you want. So now when you hear that song, listen for that song. When you hear that song, or go on YouTube and check that video. But when you hear it, and you hear you can't drink all day until you start in the morning, that's going to inspire you to get focused on whatever it is that you want to improve in your life, whatever it is that you want to change, whatever it is that you want to experience, whatever it is that you want to bring into your life. That is your trigger. That is telling you, okay, you say you want to do it. Are you working on it 24/7? Are you thinking about it 24/7? Are you all about it? That's the kind of commitment. That's the kind of commitment that Drake had when he was writing rhymes in his mom's basement, and he was focusing on this dream life that he was going to live. And he would talk about it, and he would visualize it, and he would write about it, and he would live it. Even though he was in the basement, he would live it mentally out there, and then he brought it to him. And it's all about starting in the morning. It's about being committed. That's what it's all about, being committed to what you're doing verbally, emotionally, and mentally. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. You have a technique now that you can use. This is using the law of attraction in your daily lives. This is how we use the law of attraction. I know it's a little different than what a lot of people teach, but I teach the practical way to use the law of attraction and how to pick little things and find unfair advantages and find ways to create a business, to create money out of using the law of attraction. How do you use that to really create success and create a career and create the things that you want in your life? So check this podcast. We're doing it every week. Sometimes I drop more than one a week. I do other videos from time to time, but my main focus is really doing these podcasts because I think that it really has a positive impact on the people that listen to it. I know I get a lot of good feedback from people that have listened to it, and they always find a nugget. Even if you know a lot of this stuff, there's always something that you're going to get from this that is different because I don't teach it the way that other law of attraction people teach it. So I'm coming from a whole different viewpoint. I'm coming from like a business viewpoint. I'm coming from an action and make things happen viewpoint. So when you listen to these, you're always going to get something little that maybe it's you heard it before in a different way, but you couldn't look at it in the way that you could actually use it right now in your life at this moment. And that's what my goal is, to try to give you these techniques that you can use right now in this moment so you can start to make the law of attraction really work for you in your daily life. All right, thank you for joining, and we will talk to you again.
Yo, it's WT Hamilton, and I approve this message.